You probably shower every day. You wash your face, scrub your arms, and rinse your hair. But what if I told you that there are 5 body parts most people neglect, and it's affecting their health more than they realize? Ignoring these areas can lead to bacteria buildup, infections, bad odors, and even long-term health issues. The worst part? You may not even notice the damage until it's too late. Today, I'm going to reveal the 5 body parts you should wash every single day if you want to stay clean, avoid infections, and even promote longevity. Some of these might surprise you, but once you hear them, you'll never overlook them again. So, if you want to take better care of your health with something as simple as your daily wash routine, keep watching. This is important. You can tell a lot about a person by how they take care of themselves. Not just by their words or the way they dress, but by the little things, how they maintain their body, their habits, their discipline. You see, taking care of yourself is one of the simplest yet most powerful forms of self-respect. And while some people focus on the big things, like eating right or working out, it's the little daily rituals, like how we cleanse ourselves, that truly add up over time. Aging isn't about how many years you've lived. It's about how, well, you've lived them. And if you want to live long, if you want to stay strong, there are certain things you just can't afford to ignore. Hygiene isn't just about looking good for others. It's about protecting your health, your dignity, and even your sense of self. That's why today we're talking about 5 body parts that you should be washing every single day, not just for the sake of cleanliness, but for better health, longevity, and overall well-being. A lot of people assume that a quick shower covers everything. They think if they're standing under the water for a few minutes, soap running down their body, then that's enough. But the truth is, some parts of the body need extra attention. And if you're neglecting them, you're setting yourself up for problems you don't even see coming. Some issues start small, like a little irritation, a bit of itching, maybe a mild odor. But over time, they turn into infections, chronic skin problems, and even serious health risks. Let's start with the first body part that many people forget to wash properly every day: the navel. Yes, the belly button. That small, forgotten dip in the center of your stomach that most people never think twice about. But if you knew what was lurking inside there, you'd never ignore it again. You see, the navel is a prime breeding ground for bacteria and fungi. It's a warm, dark, and often damp place, exactly the kind of environment that bacteria love. And because most people don't think about it, they rarely give it a proper cleaning. They might rub soap over their stomach, but that's not enough. The navel needs direct cleaning, especially if it's deeper or if you have an innie belly button. Over time, if it's left unchecked, your belly button can start to accumulate a buildup of dead skin, sweat, oils, and dirt. And if that's not bad enough, that buildup can lead to infections, painful ones. Some people even develop navel stones, which are hardened masses of debris that get stuck deep inside. That's right, just like plaque on teeth, gunk can build up inside your belly button until it hardens into something that has to be physically removed. And here's the thing, you won't even notice it until it becomes a problem. You might start to smell something strange, or maybe there's a little redness, a little swelling. By the time most people realize something is wrong, they're dealing with an infection that requires medical attention. So what's the right way to clean your belly button? It's simple. Every day when you shower, take a cotton swab or a washcloth, apply a little bit of mild soap or rubbing alcohol, and gently clean inside your navel. If you have a deeper belly button, make sure you're reaching inside, not roughly, but thoroughly. And if you notice any bad smells, discharge, or discomfort, don't ignore it. That's your body telling you that something isn't right. You'd be surprised how many people overlook this simple habit, but it makes a difference. A clean navel doesn't just prevent infections. It helps you feel fresher, healthier, and more in tune with your body. It's a small act of self-care that goes a long way. Now, we've covered the first essential body part, but that's just the beginning. there are 4 more parts of your body that demand just as much attention, parts that, if left unchecked, can lead to bigger health problems down the road. Before we move on, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually cleaned your belly button properly? If you can't remember, don't worry, you're not alone. But after today, you'll never forget again. If you've been around long enough, you know that the smallest things in life often have the biggest impact. A kind word at the right time, a small habit repeated daily, a simple lesson learned early. And when it comes to health, the same rule applies. We just talked about the belly button, one of the most ignored parts of the body. But there's another place that people forget to clean, and this one, it's even more dangerous if you neglect it. That's behind the ears. Now, I know what you're thinking. Behind the ears? Really? That tiny little area? Yes. And if you don't believe me, let's talk about why. The area behind your ears is one of the most bacteria-prone spots on your body. It's warm, it's slightly oily, and for most people, it doesn't get much airflow. That makes it the perfect hiding place for sweat, dirt, and bacteria. And since people don't usually think to scrub behind their ears, that buildup just sits there, growing worse day after day. Ever noticed how babies sometimes get a little cheesy smelling behind their ears if their parents forget to clean them? Well, that doesn't stop happening when you grow up. In fact, as adults, we produce even more oil and sweat, which means the buildup gets worse if we don't take care of it. And let's talk about sebum. Sebum is the natural oil your body produces to keep your skin and hair healthy. But when too much of it collects in one place, like behind your ears, it starts to trap bacteria and dirt. Over time, this leads to a foul smell, irritation, and even painful infections. Some people develop sebaceous cysts behind their ears. These are small, swollen lumps caused by clogged oil glands. They might start off small, but if left alone, they can become inflamed, painful, and even require surgical removal. Then there's fungal infections. If you sweat a lot, or if you wear glasses, headphones, or earrings regularly, the moisture behind your ears can create the perfect breeding ground for fungus. Some people develop a condition called intertrigo, where the skin becomes red, raw, and irritated due to trapped sweat and bacteria. And the worst part? Most people don't even realize this is happening. Think about it. When was the last time you actually scrubbed behind your ears? Not just let water run over them in the shower, but really clean them? If you're like most people, it's probably been a while. So here's what you should do. Every single day, when you shower, take a washcloth or your fingers, apply a little bit of soap, and gently scrub behind your ears. Make sure to get into the crease where your ear meets your head. That's where most of the buildup hides. If you wear glasses or earrings, clean around those areas too, since they trap even more oil and bacteria. And after you shower, dry the area properly. This is important. Moisture that gets left behind can lead to irritation and infections. Just a quick wipe with a clean towel is enough. It's such a simple habit, but you'd be amazed at the difference it makes. People who start doing this daily often notice fewer skin issues, less irritation, and even a fresher overall feeling. It's funny, isn't it? How something so small can make such a big impact. Most people don't think about these little things until they become a problem. But the wise ones, the ones who live long, healthy lives, know that the key to longevity isn't waiting until something goes wrong. It's about preventing problems before they start. Now, we've covered 2 essential body parts, the belly button and behind the ears. But we're not done yet. There are 3 more places on your body that need daily attention, and trust me, these next ones might surprise you even more. We've already talked about 2 forgotten body parts, the belly button and the area behind the ears. Now let's talk about something just as crucial, your fingernails and toenails. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I wash my hands every day, so my fingernails must be clean, right? Not necessarily. your nails are one of the dirtiest parts of your body. And I'm not just talking about visible dirt. Even if they look clean, what's lurking under there would shock you. Fingernails and toenails are perfect hiding spots for bacteria, fungus, and grime. Every day, your hands touch countless things: money, door handles, your phone, your face. Germs transfer easily, and if you're not actively cleaning under your nails, those germs stay trapped beneath them. And let's not forget the toenails. Your feet spend all day inside your shoes, dark, damp environments where bacteria and fungi thrive. If you don't clean them properly, you're practically inviting fungal infections, toenail fungus, and even foot odor into your life. Still, not convinced? Let's talk about what happens when you neglect your nails. 1. Bacterial infections. Your nails can harbor Staphylococcus and Streptococcus bacteria, which can lead to infections if they enter small cuts or broken skin. This is especially dangerous if you bite your nails or scratch yourself. 2. Fungal growth. Neglected toenails are the perfect breeding ground for onychomycosis, a type of fungal infection that makes nails thick, discolored, and brittle. And once you get a fungal infection, it's hard to get rid of. 3. Hidden grime and germs. Even if your hands look clean, the space under your fingernails can trap food particles, dead skin, and even fecal bacteria. Studies have found that people who don't properly clean their nails often carry traces of E. coli under them, which can easily transfer to your mouth when eating or touching your face. So, what's the right way to clean your nails? It's simple. Every day, when you wash your hands, take an extra few seconds to scrub under your fingernails with a nail brush or even just your fingertips. If you have longer nails, use a soft bristled toothbrush to get under them. For toenails, wash your feet thoroughly in the shower. Get between your toes, scrub under your nails, and make sure they're completely dry afterward, because trapped moisture is what leads to fungal infections. And here's something that most people don't do but should. Trim your nails regularly. Long. Nails collect more bacteria, more dirt, and more germs. Keeping them trimmed short and clean isn't just about hygiene, it's about your health. People underestimate how much something as small as keeping their nails clean can impact their overall well-being. But when you've lived long enough, you start to understand. The things you do every day shape the rest of your life. You don't wait until a problem arises. You prevent it before it even starts. Now, we've covered 3 essential body parts: your belly button, behind your ears, and your fingernails and toenails. But we're not done yet. There are 2 more critical areas that most people forget to wash, and trust me, they are just as important for your health and longevity. But before we move on, let me ask you this. When was the last time you actually scrubbed under your nails? Not just rinsed your hands, but really cleaned them. If it's been a while, now is the time to make it a habit. The truth about life is simple. What you take care of lasts, and what you neglect eventually falls apart. We've already covered 3 commonly neglected body parts: the belly button, behind the ears, and fingernails and toenails. But we're not done yet. Let's talk about the 4th essential body part you must wash daily: your feet. Now, a lot of people think they clean their feet just because they take showers. They assume that because water is running down their body, their feet must be getting clean too. But that's not how it works. Your feet sweat, trap bacteria, and spend most of the day inside socks and shoes where they sit in a warm, dark, moist environment. That's the perfect recipe for fungus, odor, and infections. If you don't take the time to wash your feet properly, you could be dealing with athlete's foot, a fungal infection that causes itching, burning, and cracked skin. Toenail fungus, which makes your nails thick, yellow, and brittle. Unpleasant foot odor, caused by bacteria breaking down sweat and dead skin. Cracked heels and calluses, which can become painful if not cared for. And here's something most people don't think about. The bacteria from your feet doesn't just stay there. It transfers to your socks, your shoes, your floors, and even your bed. So, what's the right way to clean your feet? Every day, you should be scrubbing your feet with soap and water, not just letting the shower water run over them. Pay special attention to the areas between your toes, because that's where bacteria and fungus love to hide. And after you wash them, make sure to dry them properly. Moisture trapped between your toes is one of the biggest causes of fungal infections. If you have naturally sweaty feet, consider using an antifungal powder or wearing moisture-wicking socks to keep them dry throughout the day. Your feet carry you through life. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you. Now, let's talk about the final body part that must be washed daily. This one? It's not just about hygiene. It's about your overall health and comfort. Your groin. A lot of people don't give this area the attention it deserves, yet it's one of the most bacteria-prone and sweat-heavy parts of the body. Whether you're male or female, your groin is a warm, moist area that traps sweat, bacteria, and dead skin cells throughout the day. If you don't wash it properly, you're setting yourself up for fungal infections, like jock itch, which causes redness, irritation, and an intense, persistent itch. Bacterial buildup, leading to strong body odor that lingers even after. Showering, skin irritation and rashes, especially if you wear tight clothing or sweat a lot. And here's something important. If you don't wash this area well, bacteria and fungus can spread to other parts of your body, even your feet and hands. So what's the right way to wash your groin? Every single day, use a mild, unscented soap and warm water to thoroughly cleanse the entire groin area, including the folds of skin where sweat and bacteria build up. And just like with feet, drying is just as important as washing. After showering, pat the area dry with a clean towel to prevent moisture buildup, which can lead to irritation and infections. If you tend to sweat a lot, wearing breathable cotton underwear and avoiding tight synthetic fabrics can help keep the area dry and fresh. Throughout the day, ignoring your groin hygiene might not seem like a big deal until problems show up. So, let's recap. The 5 body parts you must wash every single day are your belly button, to prevent bacterial buildup and infections, behind your ears, to avoid odor, irritation, and skin issues, fingernails and toenails, to stop bacteria, and dirt from accumulating, your feet, to keep them fresh, fungus-free, and healthy, your groin, to prevent infections, irritation, and strong body odor. Most people ignore these areas until there's a problem. But the wise ones, the ones who stay healthy for decades, know that prevention is always better than cure. Because in the end, good health isn't about dramatic changes. It's about small, consistent habits that add up over time. So let me ask you this. Which of these 5 body parts have you been neglecting? And now that you know the truth, what will you do differently? Because one thing's for sure, your future self will thank you for taking care of yourself today. The truth is, self-care is not a luxury. It's a responsibility. You only get one body, one chance to take care of it, one life to make sure you're living in a way that keeps you strong and independent for as long as possible. Too many people take their health for granted. They assume that just because something isn't hurting them today, it won't cause problems tomorrow. But that's not how life works. The habits you build now, good or bad, will determine the quality of your life years down the road. It's the little things, the parts of yourself you choose to care for or ignore, that make all the difference. And let's be honest, cleanliness is about more than just health. It's about dignity. It's about respecting yourself enough to make sure your body is cared for no matter what. It's about moving through life with confidence, knowing that you're doing the small, essential things that others might overlook. Because let's face it, nobody wants to deal with unpleasant odors, embarrassing infections, or unnecessary doctor visits just because they skipped a few seconds of proper hygiene. So here's the challenge. Start today. Tonight, when you step into the shower, don't rush through it like a routine chore. Pay attention. Take those extra few seconds to wash behind your ears, to scrub under your nails, to clean your belly button, to care for your feet and groin properly. Because once you start making these small habits a daily practice, you'll feel the difference. You'll feel fresher, more comfortable, more confident in your own skin, and more importantly, you'll know that you're taking control of your own health, one small step at a time. Because the people who live the longest, who stay strong even as they age, aren't the ones who make big, dramatic changes. They're the ones who commit to small, simple habits that they do every single day. And this is one of those habits. So tell me, will you start today? Because in the end, it's not about what you know, it's about what you do. And your body? It's counting on you to make the right choice. Take care of it. It's the only one you've got.